It's time for Wenatchee Valley Thunder Lacrosse on the NCWLIFE channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. Let's head to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Calling the action tonight alongside Rod Higley, here's NCWLIFE channel sports director Eric Granstrom.
Wonderful job on our national anthem here. Welcome back to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Along with Rod Higley, I'm Eric Granstrom as we get you ready for the Sweet 16 of the Washington State 4A Lacrosse Championships as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, 13-2 on the season, take on the Issaquah Eagles, 11-8. And let's take a look at those lineups here, Rod Higley. First of all, for the visitors, the Issaquah Eagles, we mentioned Issaquah, only 2 wins in league play, but they did very well in non-league play. So let's take a look at it here. First of all, getting the starts here, Jack Richards is a freshman. He'll be an attacker here for Issaquah, number 1. Number 2 is Jared Humney. He's a senior. He's one to watch out for. He's a midfielder. Also starting for head coach Brandon 48 today, number 3, Griffin Fish, a senior at attack. Gage Gunter wears number 9. He's a sophomore. He's a midfielder. Matt Moss wears number 11. He's a junior and an attacker. Miles McMahon wears number 17. He's a sophomore and on defense. Also getting the start for Issaquah, number 26, Connor Temple. He's a junior defenseman. Number 34, Saul Hawkins, is a freshman long stick, midi. And number 40 is Nick Dahlquist. He's a senior defenseman for Issaquah. In goal for the Eagles here today is number 0. He's a sophomore, Colton Mans, and he has shown some cracks so far this season. Meanwhile, for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, as the head coach, Brandon Parker announces them here tonight. He's assisted by Thomas Bass, Jeffrey Rounds, and Jimmy Sherrill. Getting the start for the Thunder, number 2, Sage Crider. He's a junior defenseman. Also, Gray Coldy wears number 3. He's a senior attacker. Cole Hansen wears number 14. He's a junior and on defense. Cole a junior or a senior? I thought he was a senior.
Cole Hansen's a junior.
Okay, all right. Well, I got ahead of him here. Well, we got one more year of Cole Hansen. That's good,
yes.
Good news. Mason Dahlbeck is wearing number 22. He's a junior midfielder. Easton Hudson wears number 23. He's a long stick midi. Wearing number 25, Quinn Rounds on defense. Jake Reiner's number 27, a midfielder. He'll be out there for the face-off. And we'll get the rest of the lineup as we go. Our officials, David Timmons and Mike Todd, and we're just about ready for action here on this Saturday night, the 12th of May, 2018. Welcome to the round of 16 here at the Apple Bowl.
Well, this face-off is going to be key right here. Let's see if Wenatchee can control it.
Well, Jake Reiner looks like he's going to do so. He does so and gets it quickly into the box, and they'll bounce it back out as Gray Coldy will run the attack here and quickly make a substitution as Roby Jorgensen, whom we mentioned on the pregame show, very key for the Thunder this year. Mason Dahlbeck has it. He'll get it down low over to Gray Coldy. They'll work it back behind. Connor Tilley will come out, and that's been a dangerous combination as well. Coldy to Tilley. Coldy out in front, and there was a nice centering pass. But the Eagles up to the defense here as they'll scoop it up, and a long stick back there gets a hold of it. Saul Hawkins, one of the starters. Hawkins pestered back there. He'll flip it over to Dahlquist. Nick Dahlquist will get it out on an outlet pass out to Miles McMahon. McMahon, the long stick, hacked from behind. Nice job by the defense of Higley there. The ball still loose across the midfield stripe. And who's going to get it to?
Got to be time by now, I would think, but no control.
Ball loose, and Higley comes up with it. He'll flip it across to Gray Coldy. Coldy's in the box at the 25-yard line. He'll come down left side and wisely wait for some help off of the sidelines. And checking into the game again, Roby Jorgensen on the offensive set. He'll go left and then back behind to Tilley. Tilley works it around on the perimeter on the outside. Back outside to Higley it comes, and then back even further out to Reiner. Crosses over the field to Dahlbeck. Mason's had a great season working with that left hand. He'll back it out here, however, come all the way out to Reiner, out towards the 40-yard line. Reiner picked up defensively there by Bryce McIntosh. He'll try the shot, and it's bouncing off, and then Dahlquist going to take the shot for Wenatchee, and it's just off the mark, or Dahlbeck, I should say, but Wenatchee right there on the end line.
Yeah, Mason Dahlbeck did break a finger this year, so he was out for a couple of games, but he's back now. We're so happy to have him back.
Falling to the earth, still trying to get a shot there was Connor Tilley. Coldy collects the loose ball back there, so another ground ball for Wenatchee. We'll watch that
nice
trend
feed.
as well. And
just
a feed for
high.
Reiner, a little bit too high, but backing up on the play is Dahlbeck out towards midfield. As he'll bring it back between the hash marks, go right side with it to Higley. Wenatchee doing well on the attack here so far, just haven't been able to cash in. Here's Jorgensen with the shot, just a little bit wide to the left. It'll be Wenatchee ball.
Lots of shots going off right now, and they just seemed a little nervous. You know, they just need to calm down just a little bit and take their time on those shots.
Well, the field definitely tilted in Wenatchee's favor so far, and in a tough angle shot that time, it will be Wenatchee ball on the shot there by Greg Coldy. That's a tough angle.
Yeah, that's a Tilley shot right there, but he's made quite a few of those this year too.
They'll pass it out to Jorgensen. Roby going to set things up here. Come between the hash marks to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck near side to Reiner. Reiner down low as they'll work it to Ben Higley. Higley out top. A feed. A little fumbled away, though, but right there is Dahlbeck. Nice job to back it up.
Good
so
decision.
Mason will back it back out to Jorgensen. Roby spinning against the defense here. So Wenatchee tries to find a hole in this Issaquah Eagle defense. Jorgensen, nice shot. The left-handed flick at the goal is a little bit high as it bounces off of the turf. It'll be Wenatchee ball. But I'll tell you, they're getting their opportunities.
Oh, lots of shots off. I mean, I don't know how many that is so far. I've been keeping track, but it's got to be 7 shots so far.
Here's another run by
Tilley's got the ball.
Tilley's got the ball right now. He'll flip it back behind to Coldy. Gray coming in tight with the shot. It ricochets off of one of the Eagles. And the hustle for the ball as it goes out. It'll be out to Wenatchee Valley again. Good hustle for the Thunder.
If they keep this pressure on, there's no way they're not going to get a goal here in the next few minutes.
Goodness. Plenty of opportunities here. And that one was right on the doorstep. So it's Dahlbeck who has it here for Wenatchee. Mason works it over towards the 25-yard line just outside the hash mark, wearing number 22. He'll come outside to Jorgensen. Jorgensen with a little low pass, but Reiner's able to collect it nicely with the right hand. He'll give it up to Higley. Ben, watch out. Here's the drive. He'll pass it behind to Coldy. Coldy back at a centering pass. Dahlbeck collects it, though. Boy, they've had a couple of those up close.
Yep. It was almost there. It was just a little off.
Connor Tilley will work off a pick out back behind the nets.
He's got 2 guys on him. Somebody's got to be open.
Spinning, looking. Now finally fires across. There's Dahlbeck for the shot, and it goes a little wide right. But again, Wenatchee Valley maintaining possession. We're 8:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Scoreless so far in this matchup between Issaquah and Wenatchee Valley.
Kind of dangerous when the defenders are just kind of sitting back. They're watching the game right now, but Wenatchee's going to come away with a goal here.
There it is. Just as you said it, it is Reiner with the goal. Beautiful pass on the entry from Jorgensen, and Wenatchee goes up 1-0.
That's so nice to see. I mean, everybody was touching the ball in that possession, and Jake Reiner comes away with a good right-hand shot right there.
So Jake Reiner gets the first tally of the game, and now whom will it be out to face off? It'll be
Strom out there
Jake
for
Strom.
for Wenatchee.
Boy, he's come up this year big time too.
Oh, the face-offs have been key for Wenatchee all season long. Both Jakes are doing a fantastic job.
So it's Strom out there, and I can't quite see the jersey number for the Issaquah Eagle as the referee makes sure that both are equal before he sets the ball down and blows the whistle. Ball is down. The wickets are ready, and he blows the whistle, and the ball's still loose. Strom going for it. A nice job of coming back to help out was Easton Hudson. Hudson down the right side. We'll give it up to Higley.
He's got his man, but they're holding it back out.
Ben Higley goes back behind to Connor Tilley, comes left side to Gray Coldy. Coldy backing away from the defense. Got a long stick on him, spins away, and now we'll flick it out to the outside to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen looks behind him, gets a little instructions from the bench area here as Mason Dahlbeck collects it, goes left side to Coldy, back behind to Tilley. Wenatchee up 1-0 here in the early going of this first quarter. Now to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck's had a couple of shots. Here's another one, and a stop right there for Colton Mons, the goalie for Issaquah.
Now this will be key on these clears for Issaquah, and they dump it way up high and throw it out of bounds.
Yep.
Actually, Sage Crider had a stick on it, but it looks like he's gonna pull away with it.
Yeah, Crider comes up with it, so a turnover for Issaquah. And just as you mentioned it, that sophomore back there in goal for them. Here's an attack by Higley, left side,
right
shot,
at the goal.
And right there blocked with that big stick is Mons, Colton Mons with a stop for Issaquah.
If he had put that on the ground, I think that would have been in.
Outlet pass to Dahlquist.
Another turnover.
And another turnover forced this time by Greg Coldy. How about the defense for Wenatchee Valley in the early going? Coldy going to take it himself. He shoots. He scores. Wenatchee Valley up 2-0.
That's such a tough position for that goalie to be on an island by himself with a guy like Greg Coldy coming at him, and shoots it in with his left hand and puts it right past him.
Almost as if the defense didn't know where the ball was. After Coldy got the steal, they lost track of him.
Nowhere to go, right to the net, and no one was back except for Coldy.
So Greg Coldy gives Wenatchee Valley the lead. We're going to get a timeout. Issaquah. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You're watching the playoffs, the 4A playoffs. And Wenatchee Valley with the lead so far over Issaquah, 2-0. We're back after this 30-second timeout on the NCWLIFE channel.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.
Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee, where the Wenatchee Valley Thunder have a 2-0 lead here over Issaquah. Issaquah calling the timeout. If you're their head coach, what are you talking about right now?
Hey, they got to pick up the tempo here. Wenatchee obviously has come out with a lot of enthusiasm, and Issaquah's got to match it. Same thing happened to Wenatchee at Richland just a week ago. Richland came out excited, wanted to play, wanted to win, and before you knew it, they were up 2-0. So this game is just getting started, and Issaquah's a quality team. They're going to find a way. Their coach is going to find a way to get them going.
Well, we're going to have the timeout ball in the hands here for Wenatchee Valley, or are they going to do a face-off? I guess it was after the goal.
Face-off after the goal,
That's
yeah.
Right.
And this is key. I mean, if they can play, make it, take it here, and control this face-off, Issaquah is going to start to really get down.
It'll be Gage Gunter on the face-off for Issaquah and Jake Reiner for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, up 2-0. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel and on the stream tonight. We got it working, NCWLIFE.com. Nice job by Reiner flicking it back and coming up with it. Easton Hudson. Hudson gets it across the midfield stripe, gets it up into the net of Ben Higley. He'll go down to Connor Tilley, and Connor back behind the goal crease will flip it over here near side to Greg Coldy, who just scored moments ago. To Roby Jorgensen, who just checks in off of the sidelines. Jorgensen, he's been known to shoot from that spot right there.
Yeah, he's scored, I think, close to 20 goals this year, and he can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the field.
Mason Dahlbeck has it now, works it over on the right side. He'll flick it back out for Jorgensen. Jorgensen in tight, shoots. I think it hit the upright on the right side. Yeah. And here's Issaquah.
Ball's down again.
Handling, and Connor Tilley comes up with a turnover again for Wenatchee Valley.
They're on that stick. As soon as those defenders have the ball, the attack guys are hitting that stick and knocking that ball loose.
And nice pass inside. Beautiful from Connor Tilley right to Jake Reiner. He collects the goal, and Wenatchee Valley up 3-0.
Boy, what a great start. I don't think you could ask for a better start for Wenatchee right now. They're just clicking on all cylinders.
Beautiful pass, and that's about the fourth time they've had that pass available right in front of the goal
net. Yeah, and obviously Wenatchee has really been focusing this week in practice and practicing their plays and looking for the options.
Well, they're playing defense on the offensive end
too.
Yeah,
and that's been key for Wenatchee this year too.
So Jake Ryder out there again on the faceoff with Gage Gunter for Issaquah. The Eagles finding themselves down 3-0 here with 5:31 to go in the first quarter. A double whistle, and it looks like we had procedure against Wenatchee Valley. So it will be Issaquah ball in the Wenatchee end.
First time.
Yeah, this is the first time the whole game that Issaquah has had the ball in Wenatchee's end. Humney has it, as he'll flip it down behind to Jack Richards. Richards back further behind to Griffin Fish as they'll work it around on the perimeter and see if they can find a crack in the Wenatchee defense. Jared Humney, he's one of their lead scorers, averaging almost 3 points per game, both on the goals and on the assists here for Issaquah. He'll back it out outside the 30-yard line, far hash mark over there. He'll flip it down to Jack Richards. Richards brings it back outside for Humney. Humney, back down low they'll go. Wenatchee doing good positioning here defensively so far.
They've been playing this zone defense a lot this year, and it really has forced teams to really kind of reevaluate their offenses.
Richards, and here's a fumble by Issaquah. Ground ball again. Wenatchee Valley going for it. Going to come out of bounds near side, and it will go off of Wenatchee Valley, so it'll be Issaquah ball. But a good hustle play again as Cole Hansen trying to get it there for the Thunder. Down low, back behind on the goal crease to Richards as they get it in tighter here. Fish has it. Griffin moving. Got pestered there defensively by Sage Crider. And they'll bring it back all the way out to Max Dahlquist. He's another one of their leading scorers. He'll kick it off to Higley. Higley back behind to Richards. Richards will flip it over to Griffin Fish. Back to Richards. Now outside and a screen.
Hit his own guy.
Own man in the way, and Wenatchee Valley comes up with it.
That's Easton Hudson. He can just run this ball up himself.
Hudson works a nice pick there. Nice job by Sage Crider to set a little pick. Now a loose ball out front.
Gotta take care of the ball.
And Wenatchee Valley is going to come up with it. Let's see.
That's
the ball's
Jackson
still
Bowles.
loose.
He threw it over and back.
Over and back's going to be the call on Wenatchee Valley, as Jackson Bowles just couldn't quite come up with it. So a rare turnover here in this one. 3:47 to go in the first quarter. Wenatchee Valley up 3-0. Issaquah on the offensive set once again, as Jared Higley has the ball, gets it inside the attack box here. We'll flip it down to Jack Richards. Richards goes back behind the net to Fish. Griffin Fish will work against the defense of Cole Hansen. He'll trade him off here as, again, like you said, zone defense here for Wenatchee Valley. Out to Gage Gunter. Left side it comes to Moss. Matt backs it away. Looks at the defensive pressure there for Mason Dahlbeck. They'll go left side. Tried to get it in tight. Ball hit the ground for a moment, as they get it, though, and maintain possession to Richards.
They're collapsing that zone a bit, and they've got guys right in front of the net right now. Levens
of bodies there, but they weren't able to find. That was Matt Moss. It was right in front of the goal crease. They couldn't get it to him. Left side over to Gunter. Gunter works off a little pick and roll here, as he'll give it up to Moss. Matt looks left, feeds, and that's a pretty big kid there in Max Dahlquist. Dahlquist directing traffic with one hand, now flips it over right side as they do the attack again, as Higley has it. He'll think better of it, though, and then flip it back behind the net, as Issaquah still tries to find a gap in the defense for Wenatchee Valley. Trailing at 3-0. Jack Richards has it between the hash marks. Looked at a shot, possibly, won't do it, though. In fact, he'll give it away to Higley. Higley, again, will back it out as Issaquah is scratching their heads a little bit trying to figure out this zone.
They're showing a lot of patience, but they haven't got a shot off yet. And
loose
it looks
ball.
like Jack Myers might. Nope.
Oh, nice job of using the body to deflect the oncoming defender. Dahlquist had it. He'll give it up to Richards back behind the net. Wenatchee Valley doing a good job of getting reset there. That's one of those where the ball gets loose and you can get out of sorts.
No question about it. And they've got just their positions, their quadrants to kind of keep an eye on. And there's a shot and a nice stop by Kyle Robertson.
Dahlquist with the shot was able to get the rebound. Look out, they left a man by himself. Now they feed it out top.
He's open.
And a give and go. And there it is with the shot and the goal, Gage Gunter. So the first tally for Issaquah comes from Gage Gunter, with 1:49 left here in the first quarter of play. That makes it a 3-1 contest. And just like you said, you knew that Issaquah was not going to give up here.
Well, the way to beat a zone is to be patient like that. And then when it breaks down, people are scrambling trying to cover a man. And you get somebody free and you get an open shot. They had two shots on there that were both real good.
Again, I'm screened from I think it's Sam Foster out there that is on the face-off for Issaquah, along with Jake Reiner for Wenatchee Valley.
I see the 9 on the back, but
I think it
29.
Is 2-9. It is, and it
is
2-9 that got the face-off. So a good job there by Sam Foster, a senior, for Issaquah. Got it in the box quickly, and now he'll wait for some help from the sidelines. Is coming in to collect the ball from him is Higley. So Higley will run the offensive set here. He doesn't have a lot of help out there. Now he's got bodies that kind of separate and set up the offense. Richards with it now back behind to Fish. Fish is, they obviously like to work it around the perimeter against his zone defense. Now to Gunter, who had a goal just moments ago. He'll flip it off to Higley. Higley back and forth, hash mark to hash mark. Now left side to Ali Abadi. It was an older Ali Abadi who was a thorn in the side of Wenatchee Valley last year in the regular season game and in that postseason loss that ended Wenatchee Valley's season. The Thunder would love to get a little payback here against Issaquah in the round of Sweet 16. Time winding down here, under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Wenatchee's doing a great job just staying in position and keeping these guys out.
Matt Moss over to Ali Abadi. Ali Abadi back to Moss. Between the hash marks, goes left side, high on the pass to Higley, as they'll just kind of work a little weave game out top here. Left side it goes to Gunter. Now right in front, they just kind of lulled Wenatchee Valley to sleep and found Matt Moss. Break it across, and Matt Moss collects the second goal. It's a 3-2 contest.
You know, right towards the end of the quarter, they get that second goal, and you got a new ball game. You really do. You know, they know that they can score against Wenatchee now, and they've got some good ideas on how to break that zone down.
So just like that, a 3-2 contest with 29.8 seconds. This is where you'd love to get the face-off and get a quick goal for Wenatchee Valley.
29 seconds is enough time for them to get a good, you know, especially in a transition type situation. If they get a quick face-off win here, maybe they'll take a shot.
So is this Strom on the face-off?
Strom's on the face-off for Wenatchee, and it looks like is it 9 for?
It's Gunter.
Gage Gunter.
Yep, for the Issaquah Eagles. The official
and
happy,
he got it.
and Gunter got the face-off again. So look out. You don't want to give up one here that would tie it up at the end of the quarter. Gunter's already got a goal in this one. He'll go down and work it around the perimeter behind the goal to Fish. And Fish brings it back outside, and he'll flip it off to Moss with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Now to Higley. Higley flips it near side to Dahlquist. Here's Dahlquist on the attack. And the shot,
it's
and
in.
The goal!
It's in.
Went right at the feet of Kyle Robertson and is able to get the goal with 3.4 seconds left, and we are tied.
Yeah, I mean, here with under 30 seconds to go, they get 2 goals to tie this game up. I mean, that's huge lift for Issaquah.
So that was Dahlquist on the goal.
Dahlquist, I mean, right at Kyle's feet. So hard to stop that when it's coming right at your toes like that.
So Max Dahlquist on his first tally ties the game at 3 with just 3.4 seconds left, so they'll get enough time for the face-off, and that's about it here as the official makes sure that neither of their rackets are getting an advantage here as he puts the ball on the 50-yard line between them. The whistle blows, and here is Gunter again.
Oh, he would have got a shot if he had.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. Wow, what a first quarter it was. All Wenatchee first half of the quarter, the last 3 minutes have been Issaquah, and we are tied at 3 as we get ready for the second quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. You're watching Lacrosse here tonight, the playoffs on the NCWLIFE channel with Wenatchee Valley and Issaquah all tied at 3. We're back after this.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.
Welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. We are all tied at 3 as we head to the second quarter here. And I'm trying to get a goal here or a score here for you. The Wenatchee Wild up in Chilliwack taking on the host team, the Chilliwack Chiefs, and they're in the second period scoreless in that first game of the round robin for the Wenatchee Wild. We'll keep you up to date on that one as well as we bring you Lacrosse here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, Jake Reiner, Greg Coldy, and Jake Reiner getting 2 goals in that first quarter for Wenatchee Valley. Gage Gunter, Matt Moss, Max Dahlquist. It was 3 one side, 3 the other, and here we go.
Yeah, and what an amazing difference it makes having the ball on your end of the field, you know. And Wenatchee really dominated when they had control of the ball up here, and they did a great job on the stopping the clears. But once Issaquah got it down on their end, their offense kind of settled down, and they were able to kind of get their game going.
So what does Wenatchee Valley do defensively? You think that maybe they change up that zone?
They might go man-to-man at some point, but I think it's working. I think the main thing is they've got to control the ball and get it back to their field. They had the one bad pass and the turnover, and that resulted in the first goal of the game.
So it'll be Gage Gunter on the faceoff here for Issaquah, along with Jake Reiner here for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. All tied at 3 as we get ready for the second quarter here. Pretty good crowd on hand for this playoff matchup. We know that Wenatchee Valley will be on the road next week if they win this one, because Tahoma was a winner over Jackson in the first round, 18-7.
There goes another one.
And Gunter had it, lost it though, and Wenatchee Valley comes up with the loose ball there. Sage Crider gets it for the Thunder. He'll give it up to the goalie, Kyle Robertson.
Dangerous clear.
And he'll get all the way to Dahlbeck here for Wenatchee Valley.
Easton Hudson with the ball.
Hudson with it. And now off to Connor Tilley. Boy, you mentioned it. Dangerous pass over midfield, but Wenatchee Valley able to come up with it.
To the right guy. Easton's does a great job with that ball.
Higley off to Tilley. Tilley will exchange spots with him. And look at the group of defenders in front of the goal here for the Issaquah Eagles. That's one thing, though. I mean, any shot you take, with all those Eagles right in front of the goal crease, that doesn't give you a chance to get any of those loose balls.
But it also blocks the goalie a little bit, too.
Yeah.
So there's some disadvantages to that as well.
So that was Mason Dahlbeck with it. He'll collect it back between the hash marks, go left side with it to Coldy. Now to Tilly. Tilly looking in front. Jorgensen is there with the goal. Beautiful job. Roby Jorgensen had that chance earlier where he didn't go at the feet. This time he does and collects the goal.
He took a playbook out of Dahlquist shot, just right down at the goalie's feet and right back up into the net.
Roby Jorgensen gets the feet thundering across the way for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder fans to give Wenatchee the lead back 4-3 with 10:59 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's nice to get off when you're 3 unanswered goals, you get one back. It takes a lot of the air off the player's chest there.
Sam Foster out there to face off against Wenatchee Valley's Jake Strom. Strom's done a pretty good job on the face-offs here so far today. Here near side coming to run in will be Mason Dahlbeck once the whistle sounds. And Strom comes up with a triple team, lost the ball. It's loose on the floor, and we're going to get a hold call. And good call by the official there, I think.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Strom has struggled with this year. When he does get the face-offs and they put a lot of pressure on him, he has a tendency to drop the ball again. Some of the other guys have a little bit better, like Easton Hudson, once he has it.
Greg Coldy with the shot, but right there to scoop up the loose ball is Colton Mans, the goalie for Issaquah. So that's his third direct stop. And then he'll traverse and then collect it back and then whip it over the right side.
That's a bad
Throws
pass.
A little low, goes out of bounds, another turnover.
I think if Wenatchee keeps pressuring these guys, their defense doesn't seem to have the same stick skills as their offense, and their goalie obviously is young.
Mason Dahlbeck over on the far sideline will bring it in, get it inside the box here. That's just inside the 30-yard line, that blue line you see here on your screen. As Roby Jorgensen comes up with it, he'll give it up to Ben Higley. Ben outside to Jorgensen. Roby with a shot, a little bit wide right, and it is Wenatchee Valley ball. And again, for the uneducated, Rob, talk about how that ball goes across the inline and you're able to maintain possession.
Any shot, the offensive team, if they get to the inline first, they maintain possession is what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't matter if it's on the inline or on the outline. As long as it's a shot at the goal, they'll maintain possession as long as they get there first.
Okay, and you'll see sometimes they'll race towards the inline and they'll put their stick out. And if their stick is in front of the other stick, then that means they're closest to the inline, right?
Definitely.
Here's a shot and a nice stop by Mons on a shot by Reiner that was square out in front about 18 yards away.
Little deep on that one and just kind of a lucky bounce right up into his net.
Outlet pass to Dahlquist. He'll come near side to Sam Foster. Foster gets it across the midfield stripe. They only have so much time to get it across midfield, and then they got to get it inside that attack box, which they do.
20 seconds to get it up there, and then 10 more to get it in that box. So 30 seconds total to get it up into the attack.
Matt Moss, number 11, has it. He'll give it up to Max Dahlquist. Dahlquist will pass it over between the hash marks to Higley. Higley will back it away as he looked at the defense, and we still in a zone? Looks like it is for Wenatchee Valley defensively here. 9:12 to go, second quarter, as Wenatchee Valley leads it by a score of 4-3. Lacrosse playoffs here on the NCWLIFE channel. Left side to Gage Gunter. Gunter looked like he wanted to press the issue. He'll flip it back to Higley. Higley goes right side, and now winding up and shot, and a nice block there for Wenatchee Valley again by Kyle Robertson.
And a nice
pass.
Too.
Here we come. Look out, Mason
Got
Dahlbeck.
fast break.
He's got a man open. Dahlbeck, though, knows he's got a man behind him. He'll get it inside the box, then flip it back to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen in, shoot, and just a little bit wide to the left.
Boy, he doesn't waste much time firing that ball.
Came off the sidelines in 2.5 seconds. He's shooting at the goal. So Wenatchee Valley back on the attack here. Connor Tilley outside to Greg Coldy. Back to Tilley. And he'll feed in front to Higley. Higley on the right side here to Dahlbeck. And now underneath to Tilley. Back to Dahlbeck. Mason looked like he had a crease there. And now the shot taken from outside by Higley, just a little bit wide to the left. And it will be Wenatchee Valley maintaining possession.
Typically, Ben doesn't shoot from the top like that, so they've kind of got to twist it around a little bit.
Reiner here outside. He'll give it left side to Coldy, then collect it back between the hash marks. He'll shoot,
Ouch.
and the ball
right in the back.
Right in the backside of one of the defenders, and ow, that hurts.
Oh, it does. That's a hard ball.
Connor Temple for Issaquah. Unfortunately, well,
there's
a
Greg
shot and a score for Greg Coldy. just as we're talking about the man limping around, he's still hurt out there. But how about Coldy comes up with another goal for Wenatchee Valley? They lead at 5-3.
You know, I'm sure it's distraction when you got a guy out there hurt playing, and the game's still going on. The refs didn't call anything, so you keep playing.
So the goal scores with 7:52 left here in the first half of play. Reiner on the face-off for Wenatchee Valley will go up against Sam Foster here as the Wild have retaken, or the Thunder, I should say, have retaken a 2-goal lead, 5-3 with 7:52 to go here in the first half of play.
Yeah, Wenatchee has about 50-50 on face-offs, but Jake's got that
Reiner
one.
does it again for Wenatchee Valley. Left side to Coldy.
Nice
Coldy
pass.
flips it quickly to Connor Tilley with the shot and the goal. Just like that, Wenatchee goes back up top by 3.
That's just amazing how they just have got these quick goals like this, and the energy level is back in the building for Wenatchee.
Just 7 seconds between the two goals, and you know, you saw that balloon kind of deflate a little bit towards the end of the first quarter with Issaquah getting 3 back-to-back just like that. But Wenatchee Valley counters to get 3 themselves here to start the second.
Yeah, let's hope we don't see the reverse of that again here at the second half of this quarter.
So here we go with a face-off. Gage Gunter, who's done well for Issaquah so far in these face-offs against Jake Reiner. Whistle blows, and guess who gets it? Gunter. And Gunter quickly down the field, flips it left side, and the ball tipped, and a nice job. Hansen got a hand in there. The ball loose right in the crease. Got to look out. And coming up with it is Kyle Robertson. But a great job by Hansen there to get a stick in there.
They're quick defenders on Wenatchee's side. I mean, those guys have quick hands. They're basketball players, so that helps a ton.
Robertson coming clear out past the 35-yard line with that ball in stick.
He's got
looking for help. He finds Ben Higley. Higley works down near the sideline. He's got to get it inside the box. He does, no problem, using his quickness to do so. Back behind to Coldy. Outside it goes to Tilley. Tilley feeds it even further outside to Roby Jorgensen.
Wenatchee needed to take their time a little bit. They had that big spurt where everything was chaotic, and now they're taking their time.
Jorgensen with the shot. What were you saying?
I thought they were going to take their time.
You remember you got 91 out there.
Right.
Jorgensen with the shot, a little bit wide. Wenatchee Valley maintains possession now to Higley. Outside it comes to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck to Higley. Higley looking, didn't want to shoot it. Now they'll feed inside. Right there was Jorgensen. Missed the handle, though, and right backing up is Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck near side of Higley. Higley down low, it goes to Tilley. Connor looking, had a flasher, but Coldy was covered. Now he'll feed it back outside. Nice job recovering for Wenatchee Valley by Jackson Bowles. Now left side to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen at the 20-yard line, outside to Bowles. Bowles
passes a little low right now.
Yep. Couple of low passes in a row with 6:10 to go here in this first half of play. Jorgensen collects it at the 25. He'll shoot it, and he tried to, but he got hacked as the ball was slung towards the net and kind of a deflection on his shot. Wenatchee Valley maintains possession. And we're going to get a timeout taken here, and it's timeout Wenatchee Valley. So with the timeout on the field, we will take a timeout as well and take a 60-second break and come back. It's 6-3, Wenatchee Valley on top with 5:58 to go here in the first half. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE channel. Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net. 6-3 the score, thanks to goals from Jake Reiner and Gray Coldy and also Roby Jorgensen and Connor Tilley here for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, as it will be Thunder ball after the timeout taken by Wenatchee Valley. So, Rod Higley, what do you think they were talking about in the break there?
Well, we could actually hear the Issaquah coach.
We could.
And
he was a little fired up.
What he was saying was, Wenatchee's here to play. You guys need to match this intensity. And that's kind of what we were talking about earlier, too. And you know, Wenatchee's got the ball right now. I think that what Coach Parker probably told him was, let's to make a good possession. Let's get a good shot, guys.
Outside it comes to Gray Coldy. Coldy pestered out there, and I already see a little bit quicker a foot for Issaquah out of the timeout. Beautiful pass to Higley. Ben pestered, though, on a shot attempt, so he'll back it away. and pass it over to, and I don't have 21 on my roster. Who's that?
That's Tristan
Plock?
Plock. Yeah, he's a sophomore that played first half JV, but he's been on the varsity the second half of the year.
Okay, so Tristan Plock getting some time out there, a sophomore here for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder.
He's got a good, hard shot. If he gets open, he'll rip one.
Okay, Plock collects it out to pass the 30-yard line. He'll pass it off to Higley. Ben looked at a pass, but instead will work it over on the far side, over to Connor Tilley. Tilley back outside to Jorgensen. Roby brings the defense out on him. Now pivots, now moves, and there's a shot in close, and look who cashes in. Tristan Plock for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. They lead it 7-3.
And that's offhand, too, for him. So that's a huge goal for Tristan Plock in this playoff game.
Comes off the bench and immediately cashes in here for the Thunder, getting high fives all around as Wenatchee Valley leads it 7-3 with 5:13 to go here in the first half.
Boy, it's great to get those younger players the experience at this level in the playoffs.
Well, and he just looks confident out there. I mean, he's obviously had a lot of playing time this year, and
he hasn't had that much on the varsity, but obviously Coach has a lot of confidence to put him in this situation of the game.
Absolutely. So here we go. Jake Strom on the faceoff for Wenatchee Valley. It looks like it's Gage Gunter doing it for Issaquah. And again, he comes up with the ball. He's almost 100% on that.
He's doing a great job.
Left side, it comes to Matt Moss. He's got a goal for the Issaquah Eagles, and been a while since Issaquah has lit the lamp here on the scoreboard. So Max Dahlquist will come out off of the sidelines. He'll give it up to Gunter. Gunter over on the right side, picked up by the defense. He'll go down low to Richards. Richards, as they work it kind of counterclockwise back behind the crease, and now Richards will think better of it and get away from Cole Hansen for good reason. Out to Dahlquist it comes. He'll feed it back over to Gunter. Gunter down low to Richards. Richards crosses over to Moss. Moss comes outside to Higley, and Higley will give it out further to Dahlquist as they again work it around the horn here, trying to find a little gap in the defense. Dahlquist has it. Now left side to Higley. Higley as they work it in tighter and tighter. Now to Moss. A little dangerous bounce pass to him, but they come up with it to Griffin Fish. Now back to Higley. Higley inside the box will bring it back out towards the hash marks with just over 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Left side, it comes to Gunter. Gunter just a little kind of a weave game out top as Dahlquist will collect it. Dahlquist has a goal here, and now looked like he maybe wanted to shoot. Instead, he'll give it up. Dancing around is Griffin Fish. Fish gives it up to Gunter again. Gunter down low. They got it in tight to Dahlquist. It was right there on the doorstep. Missed the shot, but Issaquah maintains possession.
Nice recovery by Matt Moss there.
Higley has it. He'll give it up to Fish. A little more intensity after that barking during the timeout.
Well, they're working around and then picking up the pace a little bit, and they're getting those cuts.
Higley wants to approach, and now he'll give it up cross over to Dahlquist. Dahlquist feeds down low to the right of Kyle Robertson. Now back out top it comes to Fish. Fish doesn't move a lot, but he certainly moves his feet a lot. Now to Higley. Higley had a gap, but there comes the defense on him.
Still going to try and get one off, it looks like.
And a pestering move there defensively by Easton Hudson. And so he'll back it away, direct some traffic. Dahlquist will collect it now. Dahlquist, I think, one of the biggest guys out there for Issaquah.
He's a big kid, and they're patient on offense.
Yes, they are, and they got it in tight here and right on the doorstep, turning and flipping, but the ball loose.
That's good,
nice
aggressive,
job by
good
the
aggressive
defense.
Play by Dahlquist.
And Dahlquist comes up with a loose ball. Cross-field pass, a little high, but they come up with it to Fish. Fish spinning, that's Higley over there. Higley with it at the 15-yard line.
Good D by Easton Hudson.
Good. I mean, this is a good set all the way around.
Yeah, it's a good possession for Issaquah and a good defensive set for Wenatchee.
Gunter feeds it out top again to Fish. Fish right side over to Higley. Higley looking for Dahlquist and said he'll back it away with 2:15. Boy, they've had this ball for over 2 minutes here.
Well, let's hope they come away empty.
Griffin Fish, and that's deflating. If you work the ball this long on the offensive set, have a couple of big opportunities and not cash in. Now we're just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They'll feed in tight, but again, here comes the defense. Now Dahlquist looked at the shot, but a good job by the defense collapsing. Now they'll feed high. The ball a little bit bad pass. Trying to come up with it. Griffin Fish, he does.
See if Wenatchee gets back set.
Fish off to Gunter. Gunter right side to Dahlquist.
You can tell their offense is experienced and not getting rattled by this situation at all.
So Wenatchee's got 6 defenders right in front, all spaced out evenly in front of their goalie, Kyle Robertson. Now back behind it goes. They haven't gone behind the net very much here in this set. Now left side it comes to Gunter. He'll feed it back outside to Dahlquist with 1:22. They've had the ball for nearly 3.5 minutes here. Underneath, back behind to Fish. Fish outside it comes to Gunter. Gunter looking, finds Dahlquist. They're just patiently working it around the horn, seeing if they can find something on the backside. Here's a move and coming around the, but nice job by Cole Hansen. Now to Dahlquist. Shot. It's right and missing, and off the end line it goes. It'll be out to Issaquah.
Boy, that Dahlquist is a big kid. He's got to be 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
Feed outside, another high pass, but Gunter is able to sky up for it. Now to Dahlquist between the hash marks.
Under a minute.
How about this defensive set for Wenatchee Valley? If they don't give up a goal here, this is a feather in their cap as well. Gage Gunter, right side, down low it comes as they'll get it back behind the goal crease, and there is Fish trying to make things happen. Now to Higley, and he'll bring it back out even further to Gunter. Gunter over to Fish, back behind. And here's Richards. Richards looking. Now
That's
a feed, now a shot, and it's wide right. And it touched off of Wenatchee Valley and will be out to Issaquah with 27.3 seconds. I think the Eagles are going to take a timeout here, and so will we. We'll take a 30-second break this time around. With 27 seconds left in the first half, Wenatchee Valley 7, Issaquah 3. The Eagles trying to figure out the defense. We'll come back after this 30-second timeout.
Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Welcome back once again here to Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl in this playoff game between Issaquah and Wenatchee Valley. It is 7-3. The Thunder lead it. You're talking about this defensive stand and not your usual components out there.
Most of the main big poles are out there. Easton Hudson, Cole Hansen, and Sage Crider. But on the defense, Jake Strom was out there as D Mitty, but I see Jack Myers is going on the field now as well as Butcherite, Alan Butcherite. So they've got their top defenders back on the field right now.
And under 27 seconds left, we saw Issaquah score 2 goals within the last 30 seconds of the first quarter. You don't want to have a repeat of that here as we close out the first half.
Definitely not. I mean, like you were saying, this is an amazing defensive stand for Wenatchee, and they've had the ball for what now, 4 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, it's almost 4.5 minutes here. As Higley had it, now to Dahlquist, now outside it comes. They'll feed it over on the right side. Looks like they got a new body in there offensively here for Issaquah. As Higley has it, now to Dahlquist. Now right side it goes to Gunter. And there is that new body out there. That's Colby Anderson. Pass. And a shot and a goal. And, boy, that was a tight quarter to get it into.
Yep.
But does Jared Higley for Issaquah. They score with 5.3 seconds left here in the first half.
Dahlquist had the ball, looked like he was going to shoot, and made that nice feed to the open player, and it was a good rip. I mean, right up in the right corner. It was a good shot.
So Jared Higley, one of the lead scorers for the Issaquah Eagles, gets his first goal of the game here with 5.3 seconds left.
That's a big lift for Issaquah here as we're moving in. Here we are, 7-4 with going into halftime as opposed to 7-3.
And Gage Gunter, who's done a great job on these faceoffs. He's almost 100% out there along with Jake Reiner. And it is Gunter getting it again. Let's see if he gets a shot. He squares and shoots, and a nice job going down to the knees, making the stop. Kyle Robertson, and that'll close out the first half, and a big stop right there.
Huge stop for Kyle.
That'll be our first half of play with the Wenatchee Valley Thunder leading Issaquah in this playoff game by a score of 7-4. We will take a 2-minute break and come back here from half at the Apple Bowl right after this on the NCWLIFE channel.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.
By the way, they were singing some happy birthdays in the crowd over there. I think somebody in the crowd for Wenatchee Valley's got a birthday. But then somehow they figured out that David Timmons, our head referee, also has a birthday today. So happy birthday to David, and Wenatchee Valley sang him happy birthday.
You got to like that, and maybe it'll help. Who knows?
Get a couple of calls go your way?
Yeah, that's not a procedure. That's fine.
Mike Todd is our other official here, the umpire, if you will. He'll be out there for the face-off. And face-offs, I would say we're about 50-50 on the face-offs.
Yeah, I don't know the exact stat, but this guy's done a great job, Gunter, out there. And he's had both Strom and Reiner's number. I mean, both of those guys have struggled against him. He's quick.
Yep. Well, the winner of this game will play Tahoma next week in the round of 8 as Tahoma advanced past Jackson this weekend 18-7. Other winners, Skyline down Lewis and Clark 14-4. It was Skyview over Rogers 14-6. That's the Wenatchee side of the bracket here for the round of 16 this weekend in the Washington State Boys Lacrosse Association State 4A playoffs. And here we go, ready for the second half. And I think Jake Reiner, no, I thought maybe he moved a little early.
It looked like they both moved early, but usually it's one reacting to the other.
So Reiner is whistled with the ball here as Wenatchee Valley will have it, leading it by a score of 7-4. And here we go, second half. 2 quarters left of somebody's season. Greg Coldy outside it comes to Dahlbeck as Wenatchee Valley quickly worked it into the box and now has the chance and the opportunity to work the offense here. Reiner with it out to the hash mark, and a bad pass here near side. The ball's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, he
saved it in bounds. No, he said the official says his body was out of bounds as he was touching the ball with the net.
That's probably a good call.
Rare turnover. I think that's only the second turnover for Wenatchee Valley here in the game. Waiting for the official to blow the whistle. Higley now will get a chance here for Issaquah. We'll see how big that turnover looms here as Issaquah is on the offensive set. Off to Gunter. Gunter left side down in the corner it goes. Back behind as it was Fish. And now Dahlquist has it near hash mark. Dahlquist comes near side, and that's the man who got in there late, Colby Anderson. A little more size for Anderson. Now back behind to Richards. Richards cut off there by the defense, so he'll spin it around and work it back on the far side of the field as they'll work it outside again to Gunter. Gunter to Dahlquist. And Issaquah showed us in that first half. They can be very patient.
Very patient.
Offensively. They held the ball for 4.5 minutes, finally getting a goal. And now a turnover possibility as Cole Hansen's racing after it over there in the corner. Wenatchee trying to sweep at it. They can't get it.
Yeah, that's good hustle by number 1 there. And Issaquah is able to maintain possession.
Jack Richards, the man who came up with it. He'll give it up to Gunter. Gunter near side. It comes to Anderson. Colby working against the defense. A high pass, threw it out of bounds, and another turnover for Issaquah. That's 5 turnovers in this game so far.
That'll kill your team. And Wenatchee's had a couple of their own, and taking care of the ball is so key. Let's make this clear here for Wenatchee. Last time, Kyle was very patient on getting the ball. He walked it almost up to midfield.
Kyle Robertson gives it up to Quinn Rounds, collects it back here. Now we'll go towards midfield. Dangerous pass, but picked up. The ball loose as it was popped from behind as Jake Strom couldn't get it. Now it is Issaquah racing it into the box as John Batura will a name we've called. That's the first time we've called his name. More on the defensive side of things, and he'll give it up to Dahlquist, and Dahlquist back to Higley. Higley got a goal right before the end of the half.
So far, these teams are just trading turnovers here in the second half.
Absolutely. So 3 turnovers now unofficially for Wenatchee Valley in this one as they'll work it back outside again to Dahlquist. Now to Higley. Higley will give it up to Anderson. Anderson and another bad pass. Dahlquist can't collect it, and who's going to get it? Higley tried to position his body, and it is over and back is the call. So another turnover for Issaquah. Let's see if Wenatchee Valley could quickly take advantage. Ben Higley aggressively working the offensive set here. He'll get it in the box and then pass it down low to Tilley. Ooh, there was Jake Reiner right in front as he came off the sidelines. Tilley near side, it goes to Jorgensen. Jorgensen will back it away. They're giving him some gap too, and he turns, puts on the jets, looking for a crease. Now we'll pass it off to Coldy. Gray splits the defense, brings it outside to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck passes behind all the way down to Higley. Ben hit hard there by a long stick. We'll give it up to Coldy. Coldy back outside again to Jorgensen. Roby takes a step, then charges, then scores.
Left-handed.
Roby Jorgensen with the left hand from 8 yards out, and Wenatchee Valley scores.
Yeah, once he got past his guy, he was taking that shot, and I think the goalie was just going, okay, where's it coming, where's it coming? And he took it low and put it right in.
Well, that's such an advantage for Roby Jorgensen, too, the ability to be able to shoot with either hand.
Yeah, a lot of guys at this level, you got to have both hands, but most of them have definitely a weak side and a strong side. With him, you really can't tell.
Jake Strom will face off for Wenatchee Valley against Gage Gunter. The official still has ball in hand as he looks at the sticks here to make sure they're parallel to the ground, and now he'll put the ball in there. And we had a whistle.
Jake moved early.
Yep, Jake moved a little bit early. He knew it, so he'll back it away as the ball comes up into the stick of Gage Gunter. Gunter will run it up and then flip it over to Dahlquist, who was in the box. Excuse me, not Dahlquist. That's Anderson. Anderson.
Dahlquist coming on right now.
There he is. And it is Richards with it. Back outside to Higley. Higley's number 2. Dahlquist number 23. And it is Gunter, number 9. Go down to Anderson. Side right. Down low to Richards. Outside to Higley. Then to Dahlquist. And then back to Gunter. They just working around the horn, going counterclockwise. Now Anderson with a little bit of a challenge. Now to Dahlquist. Dahlquist with a little flick pass over on the left side to Higley. Higley with 1 goal in this one so far. He was the last one to score right before the end of the half. Higley between the circles.
Nice
now turns, and a nice block there by Jorgensen. The ball ricochets out and comes up into the stick for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder.
Jack Myers with the ball.
Jack Myers with it. Up the far sideline he goes. Gets it in the box, gets the hand signal up from the official. Now is going to work for a little help here and finds Roby Jorgensen out near midfield.
Yeah, Jack's really come a long ways this year. He's almost all D-midi last year, but he's played some offense this year, and he's more confident with the ball in his stick.
Ball was deflected, but there to back it up is Jackson Bowles. Bowles off to Jorgensen. Roby just scored moments ago. He's going to shoot again. Ball bounces and goes off the end line. It'll be out to Wenatchee Valley. 7:18 to go. Time winding down here in the third. Wenatchee Valley on top, 8-4 here in this round of 16 of the 4A tournament. Jorgensen again right side. Here comes a long stick on him, so he'll pass it outside to Dahlbeck. Mason works right, comes back left, gonna shoot, and almost scored. Oh, just missed outside right. And the ball goes over to Wenatchee Valley. Tilley with it behind. There's a whistle to start play again. Tilley works it to the left of the goal crease, pestered there by a long stick, looking for some help. Now he's going to pass it over to Higley. Bend outside further to Dahlbeck.
One thing you see is all these guys want to shoot right now. Dahlbeck wants another shot at it, too.
Hungry, works off a pick here, came down the left side and along the hash mark. Dahlbeck thinks better of taking a shot, however, as he's got a defender right on him. Higley looked at a shot. Now he'll pass it outside to Jorgensen. Roby double-teamed out there, lost the ball for a sec, got it back. Nice job of working with it, cradling that ball back, and now he'll shoot again, and this time with a bounce shot. Comes up easily into the net cord of Colton Manns back there, the goalie for Issaquah. Manns' outlet pass will collect it back, and now comes near side to Connor Temple. He's the one that took that hard hit in the backside on a friendly fire incident in the first half.
That was a Reiner
shot.
No,
that's right. It was Jake Reiner with the shot.
Not so friendly.
Yeah, no, not so friendly. Anderson with it on the right side. As Issaquah is on the attack again with under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Boy, that sands in the hourglass sifting quickly here in this one. Outside it comes to Ali Abadi. Ali Abadi right side to Anderson. He'll flick it down behind the net to Richards. Richards over left side. And they're working around on the perimeter again. Dahlquist, as he's got Ali Abadi. Now Anderson collects it, looked at the shot, won't do it. Dahlquist thought about it, but won't. Now he'll pass it inside.
That's ours.
And that's Wenatchee Valley ball, and I think just a flat old turnover there. They tried to pass it out front to Jake Richards. Richards was there, but the pass a little errant wide to the right.
Now, Wenatchee really needs to get a nice clear here, and they do to Mason Dahlbeck.
Dahlbeck out towards midfield. Here comes the defense on him. Got it across the midfield stripe. Now they needed to get it inside the box. He does with a toe tap there and looked at the pass, and a good job not passing it there because he had a defender coming. Now right around, and Gray Coldy knocked down on the play.
Oh, almost deflected
ball
in.
Deflected. Tilley comes up with a loose ball.
A little unsettled right here.
Oh, goodness. Coley was right there on the doorstep, but then got clobbered by a couple of defenders. Outside to Jorgensen with under 5 minutes to go. Wenatchee Valley up 8-4. Jorgensen down the right sidelines, or right hash marks, I'll say. And now he'll flip it up off of to Tilley. Connor coming, turning, in fried, and a nice swoop shot. And misses wide left. It's Wenatchee Valley ball.
He was thinking shot all the way on that one. It's just a matter of getting his arms free.
Tilley collects the ball again. Now comes outside to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck on the drive, looking for a hole. He'll try to shoot it, and a little wide right. It's Wenatchee Valley ball.
They need to be a little bit more patient. It looks like they're just kind of firing at the goal right now, and they're missing cage by quite a few feet on that one.
So here comes Gray Coley again. Double team comes on him, spinning away from the double team. Now spinning again. He's in shot, and how did that miss?
That was a good stop by the goalie there, but that was a lot of confusion on the two guys on him, and he was able to break free.
Colton Mans came up with the stop for Issaquah. That's about 3 or 4 big stops for him in this game, the sophomore for the Eagles. They break the timeline here at midfield. Connor Temple will feed it up left side, and they'll get the offensive set going. Jake Richards with just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Now to Anderson. Anderson looking outside for Gunter. Gunter, as they'll get another man off the bench. Elia Body comes in. Little low pass there for Humney. Humney gets it back to Gunter. Gunter right side to Anderson. Anderson back behind a Fish. Fish looking. There's Elia Body just camping right on the doorstep here for the Issaquah Eagles. Now left side, Humney tried to press the issue. Humney, back it goes. High pass out towards midfield. They're going to try to scoop at it.
Not quite there.
They come up with it, does Gunter, saving the loose ball here and another almost turnover.
Nice
now in front. Here's Elia Body high with a shot. It's Issaquah ball.
I think Cole Hansen was able to disrupt his shot with his stick there to push that out.
Richards will bring it back outside to Humney. Humney with a pass to Gunter. Gunter with a shot, but there's a stop and a save for Kyle Robertson.
Yeah, that was a good stop by Kyle. The guy was wide open. It was a hard shot.
Everybody's got hung up here, so Robertson's all by himself.
Run.
And now, it was Hansen with it. All right, didn't see the pass there for a sec, so they do get it across the midfield stripe and get it inside the attack box here. So the offensive set continues with an 8-4 game with 2:41 to go. Here's Ben Higley showing a flash of speed as he works it around the perimeter. Then comes outside to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen going to wait for some help as Jackson Bowles will come into the game.
Beat.
Jorgensen feeding. Now he's going to shoot. The ball caroms off the turf and then flicks out of bounds. It's out to Wenatchee Valley. And we're going to get a ball in play here. Okay, I thought we had a timeout for a second. And
yep, you do. No, they got a turnover.
Turnover.
I think maybe started running before the play or procedure call. I'm not sure what he called.
Okay, so 2:16, a turnover for Wenatchee, only their fourth
unofficially,
and just there they get it back here. As Wenatchee Valley gets the carom as Tilly came up with it, off to Higley, right to Coldy. Coldy shoots. It ricochets off of the net, and there is another good stop for the goaltender, Colton Mons.
But that was a good play. It was a good pass and a good shot by Gray.
That's a good look there. That's one of those where, okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no question.
And here's the offensive set for Issaquah. They get it across the midfield stripe into the stick of Sam Foster. Foster gets it inside, and here's a little pestering going on for Wenatchee Valley.
Jack Myers on that D. He embraces that position, the D midi.
Jack Myers, number 80 for Wenatchee Valley. We're under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Just one goal in the third, and that by Roby Jorgensen. 8-4 contest, Wenatchee Valley on top, but again, they've given up goals in the last seconds of the first quarter and of the second quarter. Like to reverse that trend here.
Definitely.
Now a feed inside. The ball ricochets around.
Idea.
Cole Hansen racing after it. Who's going to get there first?
Issaquah got there, it looks like.
Issaquah. No, Wenatchee Valley ball. Another turnover for the Eagles.
Good hustle by Cole Hansen.
Unofficially 9 turnovers in the game for Issaquah. And Wenatchee Valley will see if they can take advantage here with under a minute to go. Cole Hansen passes over mid-stripe, and there is Jake Reiner. Reiner, down low it goes. As that is Higley with it. Is it Higley?
Yeah, it's Ben.
Okay, that's Ben. Ben turning, looking, and
not a very good shot. Didn't have a very good angle on that.
They're going to say that is a shot. Kind of close on the shot or pass there, but they're going to say it's a shot. So under a minute to go, 44.7 seconds left. The whistle sounds, and so the play is in. And Jorgensen with it outside near the 35-yard line for Wenatchee Valley. Be lovely to get one more goal here, but Dahlbeck missed it, and here comes a turnover, and back the other way comes Issaquah. Watch out for the Eagles here. 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. As the Eagles get it back on offense after the turnover. Dahlquist had it, and now he'll shoot, and it hits off the head of Cole Hansen, goes skittering out of bounds in the corner. It's out to Issaquah.
Yeah, I think he was ducking to get out of the way, and it just bounced off his head.
A good thing he's wearing his helmet there. Dahlquist now with 12 seconds left. Look out. Anderson now for the Issaquah Eagles. He'll give it up to Gunter. Gunter to Higley.
Good D. They got it.
Defense around. Nice job by Jake Reiner. He's going to shoot the distance of the field as the time expires. We're through 3, and Wenatchee Valley leads it 8-4. One more quarter to go in somebody's season. Can the Thunder hold on? We'll take a 60-second break and come back. You're watching the playoffs in lacrosse on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll be back after this.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.
Welcome back once again. We're ready for the fourth quarter, 12 minutes to go in the fourth, and it's an 8-4 contest with Wenatchee Valley on top. The only goal so far in the second half came with 8:46 to go in the third by Roby Jorgensen, and he had that look in his face like he was going to try to score no matter what.
Wenatchee's gotten a lot of shots. Roby has taken a lot of shots, and they just were firing at the goal for a while there, and only one of them went in because they were not necessarily taking their time. Some of the shots they took were way off cage, So I think if in the fourth quarter here they're going to settle down, try and get good long possessions and get a couple of quality goals.
We're talking Wenatchee Valley hasn't had a lot of close games, and this is the first time you've seen a game go into the fourth quarter. We haven't had anybody in the penalty box.
No penalties whatsoever for either team, and I
love that.
Yeah, it's a great, clean game. There was that one hit down there on Coldy that may have been called earlier in the season, but this is the playoffs, So and it was both players being aggressive. It wasn't one guy trying to hit somebody. So I think the refs have done a fantastic job, and the players are playing clean. They want to just win this game.
Gage Gunter out there on the faceoff for the Eagles, and it will be Jake Reiner for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. As we're ready to go for the final period here, you can't let the foot off the gas. You got to keep going and playing your game.
Definitely. You got to think that the score is 0-0 right now and come out with that same intensity they had in that first quarter.
So let's see if Reiner can get one of these faceoffs. Gunter has been almost perfect here in this game so far for the Issaquah Eagles, who will be going from left to right, or from right to left as we look at it. And Reiner came up with a ball. Nice job by Jake. He'll quickly get it into the box and then help out from Ben Higley, then back behind to Connor Tilley as they'll make the exchanges here out top. Tilley will work it over on the far side behind the goal crease and then look for Jake Reiner, who will feed and find. And then back across it comes to Jackson Bowles. Bowles here near side to Higley. Higley back outside to Coldy as Gray will work it. Got the defender coming out on him.
He got him beat.
Dahlquist.
Nice stop by the goalie.
Nice job by the goalie to step right there and make another stop. That's Colton Mons here for Issaquah.
Since the first quarter, they've done a much better job on these clears. Issaquah has, but now they turn it over.
And right there is Wenatchee Valley. It's Coldy in tight. The shot just off. And Coldy comes up with his own deflection on the shot. Wow, what an opportunity for Wenatchee Valley.
They're going to get a little gift there. But I'd like to see Wenatchee take a play out of the Issaquah book and just run some clock,
Yeah, absolutely.
Good long possession.
Absolutely. We saw Issaquah in the end of the first half hold the ball for over 4.5 minutes and get a goal just before the end of the half with 5.3 seconds left. Wenatchee Valley up by 4 scores here. Could certainly use to eat some clock here as they'll work a two-man game out top. As is Wenatchee Valley's Gray Coldy with it. Now he'll feed outside to Tilley. Tilley down to Bowles. Bowles back behind to Dahlquist.
Got it completely flipped. All the attack guys are up top in the midi position, and all the middies are down low.
Dahlquist outside. It comes to Tilley. Tilley inside to Coldy. Coldy with the shot. Another stop.
Almost.
Beautiful job by Colton Mans there again, making the stop for Issaquah. But these have been a little precarious on the outlet passes.
Yeah, this is a tough one right here. The guy hung up, and he makes a good pass out there. So they were able to clear it.
Pydick has it, and then he'll give it up down low to Anderson as they'll work it back behind now to Richards. Richards outside it comes to Gage Gunter. Gunter will flip it across over to Higley. And here comes Dahlquist off the bench as usual on the offensive set. Over on the right side to Anderson. This is the same offensive work they've done where they go around the horn, around back behind in the counterclockwise rotation with under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And trailing it is Issaquah. And now a bad pass again. This ball is going to get off the end line, out of bounds. Another turnover for Issaquah. That's 11 turnovers in this game.
That's really been the difference for them. Turning the ball over like that, it's going to kill you.
Just not crisp passing. And they've done that a few times on the offensive sets here. Outside it comes to Dahlbeck for Wenatchee Valley.
He needs some help.
Mason goes far side, gets it into the long stick over there, Sage Crider.
Oh,
and now a turnover for Wenatchee Valley. That's the 6th turnover unofficially for the Thunder in this one.
And it's going right back the other way.
And a little pester towards midfield, but Nick Dahlquist gets it across, looking to get some help here. He'll flip it over on the left side to Richards. Richard goes inside the box, and that'll stop the time winding here for the officials. And we're under 9 minutes to go in regulation. Outside it comes to Higley. Higley, the Issaquah's got to start feeling a little pressure here to get a ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, but their offensive's obviously, a perimeter type offense,
Right.
so they're used to taking their time.
Richards now with it. Outside it comes to Aliabadi. Aliabadi will give it up to Dahlquist. Dahlquist right side. Another high pass again. Anderson, though, will chase it over and chase it down before it goes out of bounds. Just not quite crisp on the passing.
No, in the warm-ups, they weren't missing the ball at all. So I think they maybe are feeling a little bit of pressure right now, down 4 in the fourth quarter.
Dahlquist slings it across over to Anderson. Anderson cuts it back, and then back to Dahlquist over to Higley. Higley, and give credit to Wenatchee Valley's defense. They've been stalwart all around here so far in this game. Higley between the hash marks out by the 25-yard line. We'll give it up to Aliabadi with under 8 minutes to go. Aliabadi, right side to Dahlquist. Dahlquist down low. Now
nice
pass
pass
inside for Higley, but he was hit from behind. And a good job by the defense just getting a stick in there. Here they come in tight, and a nice block
stop
underneath by Jorgensen.
Get
Ball
that
loose
ball,
on the floor. And who's going to come up with it? It is Aliabadi for Issaquah. But again, defensive stop for Wenatchee Valley.
That was a great stop by Kyle, and I thought Wenatchee had a good shot at getting that ball back right there, but Issaquah came away with it.
Anderson to Fish. Fish outside to Aliabadi. Aliabadi, right side, it goes to Higley. Higley to Anderson. And we're clicking down towards 7 minutes to go in regulation. Aliabadi over on the hash mark. Feeds
Ball's
inside.
down.
The ball knocked down, but Aliabadi came back up with it. Look out. Had room. Now he's hit from behind. The ball's loose again. Who comes up with it? Wenatchee Valley does. Here's Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck back the other way. Another turnover. That's 12 in the game now for Issaquah. Dahlbeck down low to Coldy. Coldy in front for Tilley. Tilley with the left-handed shot. It goes a little bit wide. It'll be Wenatchee Valley ball.
Yeah, they had the break, and they had the numbers on the guys, and they got a decent shot. It just didn't go in for Connor.
And we're going to get a timeout taken here. It is Wenatchee Valley going to take the timeout, so we'll take a 60-second break and come back. 6:51 to go in somebody's season. Wenatchee Valley up 8-4 over Issaquah. We're back after this on the NCWLIFE channel. Get the fastest internet available in North Central Washington by switching to LocalTel and get speeds up to 1,000 meg. Call 888-8888 today or go online to localtel.net. So after the Wenatchee Valley timeout, it will be the ball down in the Issaquah end.
Yeah, I think Wenatchee's got the ball down here on the end line. Looks like Greg Coldy's going to pick it up.
Yep. So number 3 for Wenatchee Valley. Help out our camera people a little bit. Back behind the goal. We'll have the ball as we'll bring it back in play here. What do you talk about if you're coaching staff for Wenatchee Valley during that timeout?
Finish.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 7 minutes to go in this game. Issaquah is not giving up. So let's finish this. They want to keep scoring if they can.
Higley will collect it, and now outside it comes to Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen crosses the field and to Reiner, now to Tilley. Tilley back behind to Coldy as Wenatchee Valley works it clockwise to Higley, and now to Jorgensen. Jorgensen, here comes the defense, and that was obviously the message here as a shot is high and wide from Jorgensen as he was pestered from behind there by the defensive play of Saul Hawkins. But you see Issaquah coming out and pressing the issue a little bit.
They are, but when the attack guy or the middies are beating their defender, they're going right towards the goal.
Shot again here, this time for Reiner is a little bit wide to the right, and so Wenatchee Valley got to the end line first, so they will have possession again. Tilley looked like he was going to lose the handle of it, and a bad pass outside, but the ball is tipped towards Roby Jorgensen. Jorgensen trying to get down for it, and everybody's sweeping at it. And Reiner,
nope, not yet.
We got the official blowing the whistle, and they're going to say a little bit of a push there by Issaquah, and so it will be Wenatchee Valley ball.
That's fortunate that, Wenatchee needs to do a better job taking care of the ball there.
I think a little tense, a little tight here for the Thunder. You can kind of see things change a little bit after that timeout as Reiner will get things going here for the Thunder off to Tilley near sideline. Tilley works it back behind the goal crease. looking at Coldy as he passes him. And now we'll pass it down in the corner for Ben. Outside it comes to Jorgensen again. We're under 6 minutes to go. 8-4 Wenatchee Valley on top.
Issaquah is really challenging the ball up top, and that's opening things up for Roby.
Jorgensen with the shot and the goal, and Wenatchee's up 9-4. What a huge shot for Roby Jorgensen with 5:34 to go. Jorgensen has the hat trick on the night.
That's a huge goal at this point in the game. 9-4 with 5:34 to go in this game. Boy, that's a tough one for Issaquah right now.
5:34 left here in the fourth quarter. 9-4. We've seen Issaquah score quick as they scored 3 goals in the final 2 minutes of the first quarter, but have been held pretty much since then. Just one other goal right before half, and this second half, Roby Jorgensen, the 2 tallies for Wenatchee Valley to make it a 9-4 contest.
See if Strom can get this face off here.
Strom, the ball flipped back by Gunter.
That's rolling.
Near side it goes, and then finally chasing it down was Bryce McIntosh, but then he's pestered. He gave it up, but now it's loose, and now he's going to fling it over to the right side, and there's Gunter collecting it back here for Issaquah. So the Eagles in the press. Coming off the bench for Wenatchee Valley, Alan Butcherite was eyeing Gunter.
Yeah.
Going to try to strip him from behind as they work it around the perimeter behind the net here. And over into the stick of Richards. Off, he'll give it up to Fish. Fish looking. Wenatchee Valley's defense has just been so good here this game.
They have been, and Issaquah's having a hard time finding somebody to get open for a shot.
Outside it comes to Dahlquist. He'll be one of those that would press the issue. As it is now Higley. Higley down low it goes, and the time continues to click away here. Under 5 minutes to go in this one. As they go left side behind. Now out top it comes to Moss.
That's some good defense right there. Guys are just in position.
Dahlquist, right side to Higley. Higley back behind again. And that in your head, it's got to get in between your ears after a while.
Right.
When you just can't find a spot, can't find a crease.
There's one.
There's Dahlquist. He fakes, moves. Nice block again by Jorgensen for Wenatchee Valley. He'll flip it ahead. Outside it comes to Alan Butcherite. Butcherite gets it across the midfield stripe. Defense collapses. He'll throw it across and picked up by Ben Higley. Almost hit the official there. Higley comes back behind as Issaquah got the numbers back. There was a fast break opportunity for Wenatchee Valley, but they wisely slow it down. Now it's Greg Coldy. Coldy circles it around.
They are just really after the ball right now. And another bad pass by a turnover for Wenatchee.
Ball is picked up on the far side by Jack Richards. And a turnover for Wenatchee Valley. That's their 7th, and we're going to get a timeout taken here by Issaquah with 3:39 to go in the fourth. 9-4 our score. Wenatchee Valley on top. We're back after this 30-second timeout on the NCWLIFE channel.
Is your vehicle in need of a quick oil change or tune-up before hitting the road this summer? Stop by Quick Lube and Tune, the home of the good guys at 610 South Wenatchee Avenue.
Bowl. It is a 9-4 Wenatchee Valley lead over Issaquah after Issaquah took the timeout. Let me get you an update here on the Wenatchee Wild. It's now in the third period, and Chilliwack leads Wenatchee by a score of 1-0 in the third. Wenatchee out shooting Chilliwack in that game 17-14. Similarly here, you've got the home team who's had an advantage on the shots on goal here for Wenatchee Valley.
Yeah, Wenatchee's had a ton of shots, but they've got 9 on the board. Issaquah's had their fair shots, but they're having a hard time right now breaking down the zone and getting some good looks.
Far sideline is where the ball will start in play here. Griffin Fish with it over number 3, about the 20-yard line, helping our camera crew out here with 3:39 to go, and somebody's season. Issaquah has got to force the issue here and pick up the tempo.
They got a quick goal off the timeout last time, and they had a good play call, but it looks like they didn't quite get it this time.
Jack Richards
there
will give it up
Two's
to
up top.
Now Higley inside, and the ball stripped from behind him. It's loose out in front, picked up by Wenatchee Valley.
Uh-oh, dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it.
Uh-oh.
And Higley right there, he's in the crease. He's got to be in the crease, and they do call it, and it will go the other way. Griffin Fish just got too close in, and they call him in the crease.
Wow, that's a big break for Wenatchee.
Absolutely. So it is Wenatchee Valley ball, and I guess that's about as good as a turnover if you go in the crease.
Definitely.
And that will go against Issaquah. 13 turnovers here unofficially in this game. And we get a whistle again and another timeout taken here by Issaquah, and you can see some of the looks right now. They know that their season, the warning light on the dashboard of their season is going off right now.
Time's definitely winding down, and, 5 goals with 3 minutes to go, that's a tough task. So I think Wenatchee's feeling pretty good in this one.
The winner of this game will play Tahoma next week in the round of 8. Again, the other teams that have advanced, Skyline and Skyview on Wenatchee's side of the bracket. Woodinville got past Glacier Peak 14-5, and Curtis moved on with a forfeit win over Bofto.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a strange thing. I haven't heard anything what happened there, so I'm curious to find out what the story was there.
Central Valley playing Sumner. We had heard that Central Valley was ahead in that one and looking like they were going to win.
That's great.
Eastlake and Richland playing tonight. Richland on the road for that one. That started, I think, at 4 o'clock today. No, that was a 7 o'clock game.
7 o'clock start. That's a tough matchup for Richland. Richland looks pretty good. They sure took it to Wenatchee a week ago. So, Wenatchee's taking care of Issaquah. Let's see if Richland can take care of it.
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be great.
How about a Wenatchee-Richland final? Okay, I'm getting way ahead of myself here.
Yeah, let's finish this one and then go play Tahoma.
Absolutely. 9-4 the score, 3:03 to go, and the ball in hand here, and they left the goal unattended. They left the goal unattended, and right there to score it for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder is Ben Higley.
That was the craziest play I've ever seen. Were they trying to just dominate the ball and take it away and put an extra deep hole out there? I'm not sure what happened there.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that there was no one in goal.
Hockey, they pull the goalie, but usually,
that's on the other end of the field.
Yeah.
Or ice, if you will.
Yeah, not on the defense. But he's back out there now. So
how about that? Well, just miscommunication there. It benefits the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. Ben Higley with his first goal of the night makes it a 10-4 contest with 2:58 to go here in regulation.
It's nice to see Ben hit the net.
He's had a few chances here, just been a little wide so far.
And Reiner gets the face-off.
Jake Reiner wins the face-off, and I think the wind out of the sails here
definitely.
for the Eagles in this one. Higley cuts through the defense.
He's just going to run around with it a little bit.
He's like a hot knife and butter right now, getting through the defense here for Issaquah. Pestered, but then finally passes off to Roby Jorgensen. How about the Wenatchee Valley Thunder in this game from the get-go? Coming out, setting the tone early, scoring the first 3 goals of the game. It was tied at one point as we headed into the second quarter, but it's been all Wenatchee Valley since as they lead it 10-4.
I really think Richland did him a favor by coming out in that game with the intensity.
Again, they pulled the goalie for an extra defender here, which you don't see too much in this kind of a game.
I've never seen it.
And now Ben Higley is kind of drugged from behind. I wondered if they were going to get a flag there or not. A delayed call here. There's going to be maybe 2 calls against Issaquah, and their long stick fell off the back side of the net here.
Well, we've had no penalties until the final, 2 minutes and 2 seconds in this game, and now we've got one.
So a hold going to be called, and then a cross-check going to be called. And we're going to get 2 guys in the box, in the penalty box, so Wenatchee will be 2 men up.
Oh, well, they can run a lot of clock with 2 guys, extra guys out
absolutely. There. 2:02 to go here in regulation.
Which is what they need to do. I mean, they're up 6 goals. Let's just run this one out.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be down on the sidelines after this one and talk to the coach. And Brandon Parker kind of joked beforehand saying, well, I hope at the end of this I'm cold and wet, meaning the ice bucket came his way. But the workmanlike approach that Wenatchee Valley's had all season long, I mean, obviously this is not the end of the road here. A win here, obviously, but I think they have bigger aspirations in mind.
Yeah, they really have. And this first one really, well, obviously if you lose, you go home. But getting past this point is huge for Wenatchee. And Tahoma is a tough task. I mean, that's the top of that league. Curtis is in that league, and Sumner and Rogers. So they're a strong unit. And so Wenatchee's going to have to go on the road next week and bring their best game.
Yeah, after the win today, Tahoma now 14-3 on the season.
Which is, Wenatchee's got a similar record.
Right.
Only 2 losses on the year.
Right. Wenatchee will be 14-2 heading into that. As we're just about 9:30 here in the Great Northwest. And
it's nice to see Dylan Hummel back on the sidelines. He's back from college. He's playing college lacrosse this year. So he's done with school for the year, and he's back immediately on the sidelines for Wenatchee.
They're warming up a new goalie out there for Issaquah as coming into the game, because I think it was their goalie that got penalty minutes here. Yeah. Colton Mons, they had him out of goal, and he was the one defending here near side and reached out and hooked Ben when he had the ball. And so he's spending some time in the penalty box. So they're reaching for the freshman, Jack Miller, to come out and trying to get him warmed up and ready to go here. So the delay giving Wenatchee Valley a little more time to savor this one.
Well, I guess. I think they're probably ready just to finish it and be done with it, you know. And I think Issaquah's probably feeling about the same way right now, too.
Yep, absolutely. Lovely night here in the Wenatchee Valley. Still about 80 degrees, at least here in the press box. Probably a little cooler there on the field of play. But just a gorgeous night, and it has been a gorgeous night of lacrosse for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder as they lead it here 10-4. The whistle finally sounds. Jake Reiner has it now. He'll give it up to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck near side to Jorgensen. Jorgensen will go behind to Tilley. And I think I would love to see him just kind of work around the horn here and work the clock.
That's what they're doing.
Now Jorgensen with it. Back behind again to Tilley as the defense has no choice but to just kind of get in front of the goal here with two guys in the penalty box for Issaquah playing two men down.
If they challenge the ball, I mean, you're just going to see a quick pass and another tally on the goal. They got one of the penalties released, looks like.
Gray Coldy now to Jorgensen. Jorgensen right side to Higley. Now Jorgensen, he's going to shoot, and the ball trickles away as it was kind of caromed off of his stick as he wound up to fire it. And, well, give an official stop to Jack Miller, the freshman.
And, so the goalie gets to step in the game and get a stat in the playoffs, and now Issaquah gets another opportunity to finish strong for the season, I guess.
Now Richards is pestered, and the ball goes out of bounds. Another turnover for Issaquah. They're 14th of the game, and we're down to a minute to go as the ball is again turned over by Wenatchee Valley.
Yeah, they're just throwing the ball around now. This one's pretty much over except for the final score.
Dahlquist with it here for Issaquah, looking for some help, and the ball knocked away and picked off. And back the other way for Wenatchee Valley comes Jax Tucker. Tucker off to Tilley.
He got hit in the head, but I don't think the ref was in the mood to call it at that point.
Tilley has it in the netting of his stick with 30 seconds to go here. Lobs a pass across to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck now to Reiner. Reiner back behind it goes, and the fans across the way start to feel it as they know the clock will wind down with 17 seconds, and Wenatchee Valley defends the home field here today against the Issaquah Eagles. The same team that knocked them from the playoffs here a season ago will be the team for Wenatchee Valley that the Thunder are able to bump out of the playoffs and end their season this year.
That's it.
And the Wenatchee Valley Thunder will race onto the field and go down to congratulate a guy in goal tonight who has been stellar. Kyle Robertson, got to be one of the MVPs of this one.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he made some great stops, and I don't know if you saw Thomas Bass, the goalie coach, out there headbutting him, and Thomas doesn't even have a helmet on, you know. So he's Kyle was fired up tonight, and he played a great game.
We're going to take a 3-minute break, give us a chance to get down to the field, and we will come back. Our final score here is Wenatchee 10, Issaquah 4. The Thunder move on, and we'll play Tahoma next week in the round of 8 here in the 4A lacrosse playoffs. We'll come back field side and get you more here from the Apple Bowl coming up next on the NCWLIFE channel.
Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCWLIFE? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.
Welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Valley Thunder have knocked off the Issaquah Eagles by a score of 10-4. Just 3 goals scored in the second half, 2 of which by Roby Jorgensen. As we recap the second half for you, the first goal of the second half came with 8:46 to go in the third quarter, as that made it an 8-4 contest. Roby would score again with 5:34 to go in the fourth, and really, Rod Higley, that goal at that point was the nail in the coffin.
It really was. And, Wenatchee came with a lot of intensity today, and they finished. We were talking about that up in the booth, you know. I mean, they took care of business, and it was a great game for Wenatchee. Their defense really fed the offense, and it was a great game all the way around.
And how about the job in goal here for Wenatchee Valley tonight?
Kyle Robertson, I don't know how many stops he had, but he made some key blocks late in that game that really were the difference for Wenatchee.
Well, we want to be able to talk to Kyle at least, and we're going to talk to Brandon Parker because I see him nearby. So we will do that. We can't miss the fact that your son scored as well here in that second half.
No goalie in the net, but it was a good goal right in the middle of the net. You know, if the goalie had been there, it probably would have been a save. But, a good goal for Ben.
Yeah, Ben Higley with the final goal of the night. That came with 2:58 to go, and that was icing on the cake here as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder advance to the round of 8 and will play Tahoma after a 10-4 win over Issaquah here tonight to knock the Eagles out of the tournament. We'll come back and talk to head coach Brandon Parker as we continue next here on the postgame show right after this 60-second timeout.
Stay up to date with what's happening in North Central Washington. Go to the NCWLIFE community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Welcome back here on the postgame show as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder move on to the next round of the 4A Boys Lacrosse Tournament here for the state of Washington after downing Issaquah by a final of 10-4. Brandon Parker, you got to be a happy man right now.
I'm a happy man. You got that right. You know, we finally beat Issaquah and when it counted. So the guys played well. I mean, that whole game, a couple of mistakes here and there, but minor stuff. Man, they hustled the whole game. They got the right shots. They scored the goals. They couldn't handle the defense. So, yeah, I mean, that was dominating. So our next game, though, is going to be tough, but we got a week to get prepared. We got game film. We're going to give it a go. We're going to see how it goes.
That zone really seemed to confuse Issaquah. They really had a hard time. I mean, give credit to your guys because they stepped in the holes. Every time there seemed to be a crease, it went away.
Yeah, no, that's been the secret weapon. I was telling you that we've been running that, and teams haven't been able to figure it out yet. So we're going to keep doing it because it got us here, and hopefully it'll take us to the championship.
You get the first 3 goals of the game. You guys came out, and the field was just slanted in your favor that first half of the first quarter. But then suddenly, boom, 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 they score 3 goals in the final 2 minutes, and suddenly we're tied.
Yeah, well, that was an easy adjustment we made. So our zone started to cave in a little bit, and we were not passing off guys correctly, and then they were getting these shots from up top. So we made a quick adjustment. After that, they scored 1 goal. So that we just had to take out one little piece that we got a little lazy on, and done.
Well, they say that defense wins championships in other sports. Tell me about lacrosse because your defense is absolutely stellar tonight.
Yeah, well.
And all season long.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, if you're a defensive player, defense wins championships. If you're an offensive player, offense wins championships. So, you know, it goes both ways. If we can hold any team in a lacrosse game to under 10 goals, the offense should be able to score more than 10 goals. And in this case, we got our 10. We held them under 10, and that was it. So,
is there any other message you give them? You know, they score with just seconds on the clock to end the first quarter to tie it. They score with under 5 seconds to go at halftime there. Is that an emphasis that you tell the guys, hey, we got to play to the whistle?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sometimes when there's a small amount of time on the clock, we'll get a little lazy on stuff. Or what generally will happen is they'll have to go. A team's got to go, and they might get that opportunity and get a goal. So it's when they're pressing. And if they had pressed more and if they had driven a little more, they might have scored some more goals. But they passed it around a lot and they just let our zone. I don't know. They didn't know what to do. So most of their goals were off of mistakes on our side, in my opinion, especially when we started. The one they got, the last one was a miss of a ground ball, and then they made a good pass, and But it's just the way it goes. Lacrosse goes back and forth usually. So
turnovers were huge in this too. They turned the ball over quite a bit, and I kind of characterized it that you were playing great defense in your offensive end. When they got the ball, they couldn't get it out of your end.
Right, yeah, and that's another weapon is our ride. We've got a really good ride. So when the other team has the ball on our side of the field, we press that well. There were a couple of instances where they made an adjustment, and then they got a clear, and then we made an adjustment and blocked that, and then they were trying to make full field passes or trying to redirect the ball, and they weren't getting it. So we just press harder on our ride. Like in basketball, it would be like full court press. So we're really bringing it, and it's very difficult to get past that, but it's breakable. But and today we did well on every aspect of the field. Our goalie, he's the guy that deserves the game ball. I mean, I think he made 14 saves out of 18 shots or something like that.
And that was my next question. Kyle Robertson, got to talk about him.
Yeah, no, this was the best game he's played. He's a senior. We needed that. I'm going to go give him a game ball right now. But yeah, he made some critical saves. So I mean, hats off to him. I mean, it was it couldn't be much better than that. I mean, really, that's almost 77%, 80% save rate.
Yeah, that's
pretty
huge.
good.
That's huge. Also, I mean, Jorgensen gets 3 goals for you here tonight. But I mean, as Rod and I were talking about during the broadcast, this was truly a team win all the way around.
Right, and we went on a hike on Monday up to Saddle Rock, And we sat up there on the mountain and we talked about the team. The power of the team is what's going to win the games. It's not all the individuals, you know, because the previous game they were getting worried. We got to get the ball to Roby and he'll do something. We got to get it to Tilly. And I said, no, you guys, every single one of you contributes to the team. That's the power. That's what you need to focus on. And they did, and the team got a good win.
Speaking of the team, I know you want to go talk to him. One other mention here we need to make is Tristan Plott comes out there, sophomore, and I mean, he came out confident and got a goal right away.
Right, and I told Tristan, I said, Tristan, get on the field. You're going to score a goal right now. He said, are you sure, Coach? I said, get on the field right now. And yeah, it was kind of a turning point too, because everybody knows Tristan hasn't had as much playing time. He's well deserving of it, and he got the opportunity, and he made a critical goal.
Congratulations, Brennan.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. That was a great game. And we appreciate you and what you guys do and covering these games, so thank you.
Brandon Parker joining us here on the postgame show. Hang on, Brandon, until we're off the screen here. We're going to take a break and come back, and hopefully I get a chance to talk to some of your guys too. So we will do that as we continue with the postgame show as Wenatchee Valley advances here in the Boys Lacrosse Tournament, downing Issaquah 10-4 here at the Apple Bowl. We'll come back with more right after this 60-second timeout.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.
One more time around, well, not hopefully one more time around. We're going to try to get some players here as well. I want to talk to Kyle Robertson to talk to some of the key components. Rod Higley joining me here, Eric Granstrom with you on the NCWLIFE channel as the Wenatchee Valley Thunder advance. That's step one. Do you know anything about Tahoma?
Well, I know they're a good team. I saw them play a few years ago when my son played. They play in a turf field, which is good for Wenatchee. They're a quality team. They have really good attack players. They score a lot from the attack position. In fact, they've got a D1 commit on their team who scored like 4 or 5 goals last night, I guess. So they're a solid offensive team. They put up 18 goals last night. So our defense was the strength tonight, and hopefully they'll carry over next week. It's going to be Friday night for Wenatchee at Tahoma.
Okay.
So they've got a road trip, and hopefully they can bring the same intensity that they brought to tonight's game.
Well, I'm talking with Brandon Parker here moments ago. He was talking about the defense here tonight and how that just was a key. And I don't know how much film the other teams get, when you get to this part of the season. I don't know how you figure out a zone defense like that.
Well, what worked for Issaquah was when they started to break that zone down and kind of get it tight. Right. But Wenatchee kind of bounced back a little bit. They started bringing their middies out a little farther, and the zone was key. I mean, it really messed up Issaquah's offense. But I don't know what's going to happen with Tahoma. It's a team that we haven't seen for several years, and so I don't think Coach Parker, except for maybe some film, knows what to expect. Did he give you any clue on?
Not really. He said that they've got a little bit of film that they'll watch and they'll work on that and practice this week. They're finishing up the team huddle right now, and I think deservedly Kyle Robertson got a game ball tonight here for his efforts in goal.
Yeah, game ball and maybe a couple of bruises. I think he had 18 saves. Dylan Hummel said he had an 80% save ratio. So, yeah, he did a great job in goal tonight.
You're going to have to help me recognize some of the kids because they're coming out here jerseyless. So we will do that and talk to some of the players here who are in a celebratory mood, and they should be, after a 10-4 win over Issaquah to advance in the round of 8 coming up next. We'll take a quick break and come back here more from the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee after a 10-4 win over the Issaquah Eagles. Wenatchee Valley advances. We'll come back with more right after this.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020.
Welcome back once again here to the Apple Bowl. The victorious Wenatchee Valley Thunder knock off Issaquah here. And first of all, guys, congratulations. Kyle Robertson and Roby Jorgensen and Jake Reiner joining us here on the postgame show. First of all, congratulations. I understand a game ball went your way, and it should have. You did great in goal tonight, young man.
Yeah, thank you.
So what was the key, do you think?
Well, I can't take all the credit for the game. You know, our defense has been working all season really hard, and we really pulled together this game in the second half.
It seemed that Issaquah had a really difficult time figuring out your guys' zone.
Yeah, we've been practicing it all season, every practice, along with working on our man up and man down and man ball, but our zone's really been our star defense this year.
One thing, and I'm still learning the game of lacrosse as we go here, obviously, but it seems to me that when you get guys that are evenly spaced out there in front of you, it gives you more sight lines. Is that true, to be able to pick up that ball as it comes in?
Oh, yeah. If there's someone standing in front of me, it's a little hard to read the ball, especially if it comes out of a stick or if it's a ground ball, but you know, our defense gets does a really good job of getting out of the way or being aware of where I'm at so they don't block my vision or anything like that.
And Coach called it kind of like in basketball, a full court press. There was a lot of turnovers that you guys faced after you guys on the offensive attack, the ball doesn't go your way, but they couldn't even get out of their own end. I want to talk to Roby about that. Is that something you guys take a lot of pride in? If you don't get the goal and they get the ball, it's going to stay in that end?
Oh, yeah, our ride has been insane all year ever since we were down in California. Our attack has just really out-hustled every team we've come across, and it's just been really, really exciting to watch. Ben Higley, there's really no stat for takeaways, especially for an attackman, but he has as many as any of our defenders, and it's really, really cool to watch. And it's really, really helpful to maintain momentum, too.
When you got that goal, your final goal, the hat trick of the night, congratulations on that, 5:34 in the game, that put you up at 9-4 at that point. It just seemed like, okay, this is going to happen.
Oh, yeah. At that point, we definitely did try to slow it down a little bit. They did kind of play us all the way out to the 50-yard line, and it was an odd finish to a game, obviously, because it doesn't look like lacrosse, really. It looks like a bunch of people chasing people with sticks around. But maybe that's what lacrosse looks like to a lot of people. I don't know. But, yeah, at that point, really at the half, I had 100% confidence we were going to win this game. And really just came down to making fewer mistakes than they did in the second half. And like Kyle said, they scored 0 goals in the second half because we made small adjustments, and our defense played lights out, and it was awesome.
I'm going to step in between you guys, so Kyle, come over here. We'll still stay in frame, make sure Jessica can still see us because my arm's only so long. Jake, face-offs all year long. You've done just a stellar job. You did a great job last year, too. That was huge here today because it seemed like a make-it-take-it kind of a game, where if you guys got the face-off, more than often than not, you guys got a goal out of it.
Yeah, face-offs are super important to getting possession, and their guy was really good. But I give a lot of credit to our wings, mainly Easton at LSM, and then Jack and Mason and Jackson from the midfield. Really getting in there and causing those ground balls to allow us to maintain possession every time. Issaquah is really dangerous when they get the ball, so us having it on possession, or us having the possession consistently, was super, super helpful.
There was one time there where you got the ball quickly. I mean, you guys scored, and you went up at 5-3 a point in the second quarter, and you get the face-off, you get it over to Connor quickly. I've seen that several times this year. I mean, how psyched do you guys get when you get that opportunity that quickly?
Oh, it's awesome. It's a complete momentum change, just to be able to stack on a goal really fast off the face-off. It not only demoralizes the other team, but really gets us pumped up because it gets everyone involved. It's the face-off win, it's the pass to the attackman, it's the pass down to Connor who finishes it perfectly. So it's really a team effort that continues momentum and helps push us forward.
Okay, now there's a bunch of people watching all over the country here. I know Brandon's got family over in California, and we got people in Colorado, all over the place. So you guys have a message for anybody that's watching online right now as far as Wenatchee Valley Thunder and your fan base too. I mean, you guys have a great crowd that follows you everywhere you go. So any message for the folks back home?
I would say a few years ago, a lot of people would consider us a small team or a team that wasn't as worshipped as another team, but we've really stepped up this last year, and we've really, come together as a team, and yeah.
So, Kyle, does defense win championships even in lacrosse?
Oh, 100%.
I get a little wet there. Okay, Roby, what message do you have?
I want to say thank you. The fan base at this game was twice as big as it was last year when we played Issaquah in the playoffs. And that's also partially thanks to you guys. It's been really, really awesome to be able to broadcast some of our games and have them be able to stream online. Whether or not other teams get their hands on it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We're still winning games, that's fine. But it is really, really cool, and it's a really awesome way to spread lacrosse, especially in Eastern Washington where it's not as big, where NCWLIFE serves most of its, I think, target audience. And that's really, really cool, and I think it's going to really help make East Side lacrosse a lot more competitive in the championship games on the West Side in the playoffs.
Well, Rod and I were mentioning we don't know what's happening with Richland tonight, but how fun would that be for you guys to face Richland in the final? We won't go there. I don't want to jinx it or anything like that. Jake, do you have a final message for everybody?
Yeah, we appreciate everyone coming out and supporting, whether it's watching live or coming out to the games. It means a lot, but also don't sleep on us this year. We're coming.
All right, that's a good final word right there. We're going to wrap it up. That's it. As Wenatchee Valley knocks off Issaquah here after losing in the regular season last year to them. They lost here on this field at the end of last year to lose out of the playoffs. Nice to get a little retribution here tonight as they knock off the Eagles 10-4 and advance to play Tahoma next Friday night. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's going to wrap it for lacrosse here tonight at the Apple Bowl. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Wenatchee Valley Thunder Lacrosse on the NCWLIFE channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley YMCA. We now return to regular programming on your source for local sports, the NCW Life channel.